Well, Harvard University still says it supports its embattled president, Claudine Gay, even as more accusations of academic plagiarism are coming to light. Harvard says a recent review of Gay's work uncovered more examples of duplicative language without appropriate attribution in Gay's 1997 doctoral dissertation. The Harvard Corporation says Gay will now update her dissertation, correcting 3 instances of inadequate citation. Earlier this week, a 37-page document was submitted to Harvard's research integrity officer outlining more than 40 instances of Gay plagiarizing others' work. Well, the alleged plagiarism ranges from missing quotation marks in a few cases to entire paragraphs lifted word for word in others. Previous to this latest round of allegations against Gay, the Harvard Corporation says it completed an independent review of Gay's work and found no violation of Harvard's standards for research misconduct, though Gay had previously submitted 4 corrections in 2 different articles that were the subjects of Harvard's initial review. Dr. Carol Swain, who accuses Gay of plagiarizing her work, says Harvard must look past Gay's status as its first black female president and do what's right. Fire her.
With Claudine Gay, she attended Phillips Exeter Academy. She's had a world-class education. There's no excuses. And I just feel that there's a system that pushes certain kinds of blacks of certain pedigree, and I believe that she has written on coattails, in particular my coattails, and it's not about me. This is much bigger than me. This is about American education.
According to the most recent data on violations of Harvard's academic integrity policies, 27 students were forced to withdraw from Harvard College during the 2020-2021 academic year due to academic dishonesty. And guys, the House Committee on Education and the Workforce, which is investigating Harvard's president, warns the school could lose federal funding if it finds out that Harvard did not take claims of widespread plagiarism against Gay seriously. Bob, Katrina?
All right. My next guests actually have a lot to say about this, as do I. So let's move on to the other view. Harvard, my alma mater, of course, we see continues to stand by a president who now has 40 allegations of plagiarism, as we learned from Mike Carter. And joining me now to discuss is Project 21 member and policy analyst Donna Jackson and former Nassau County executive Laura Curran. Great to have you both with us here. Donna, I want to start with this. We saw in Mike's piece there that Dr. Carol Swain, who we have interviewed here on American Agenda, was one of those people who was plagiarized by Gay, but also who believes that the only reason that Claudine Gay has her job is because she was a product of DEI. What do you think about that, Donna?
Oh, she's absolutely, that's absolutely true. She's actually one of our Project 21 members. And in a just world, she would be the president of Harvard. But she can't, because what they've done is picked individuals who they think will tear down our institutions. She's not there to make sure that academia improves. She's down there because they want to make sure that any instances of Western civilization and American exceptionalism is destroyed. She's there to make sure that the fringe radical left make sure that any individual whose color is not brown is going to be victimized and become just another oppressor. And that's so wrong. She's here to divide America.
And Laura, excellent points there, Donna, and I agree with you. And Laura, we know that a lot of Harvard billionaire donors are revolting against the university. Today we learned that Len Blavatnik's family has donated $270 million, but has said it is now pausing donations in the wake of the latest scandal, specifically the anti-Semitism scandal. How major of a blow is this to Harvard? Is it enough to get them to push Gay out?
I think it proves that this is more than just a PR nightmare. They have a huge endowment, many billions of dollars, but a lot of donors are pulling back and they're shutting their checkbooks. And we're also seeing that fewer students are applying early admission. I guess it would be a good time if you really want to go to Harvard. It might be easier to get in now. But it's the steady drip, drip, drip of information that keeps this story in the news. You know, this is a story that has legs because every day there seems to be a new revelation of someone else who feels that they've been ripped off in terms of not being attributed for their words. Now, there's two different kinds of plagiarism. There's the bad kind where you steal the words and you don't do the proper attribution. And then there's the worse than bad kind where you steal people's ideas. And I think with Harvard, the reason they're keeping her is because it's just the first kind, the bad kind, not the terrible kind. But it's terrible PR, and it just doesn't seem to be stopping.
You know, and Donna, I think what maybe is an interesting point, I want to hear what you think about this. We're hearing about all these plagiarism accusations, but at the same time, a lot of the reason, again, these billionaires are backing out, it's not the plagiarism issue. It is the blatant anti-Semitism and her performance at these congressional hearings that they're so upset about, and her refusal to condemn anti-Semitism on campus. For example, another billionaire who has stopped funding Harvard, at least for the time being, saying on X, why, you might ask, are they self-destructing? Meaning Harvard, the principal reason, I believe, is that they are afraid of being called racist. They have concluded that if they fired President Gay, Harvard's first black president, they would be canceled and deemed racist. They have failed to act out of fear, but also they're also promoting anti-Semitism on campus. Donna.
Absolutely. Listen, these kind of black people, they hate white Americans. They really hate you. If you don't think that they're the most racist, destructive individuals in this country, you're wrong. They want to destroy everything, and they're not about unity. They're about division and segregation. And so these are the worst kind of individuals, and that's the reason why she was promoted. They didn't lie when they said that institutions in this, they said that they wanted to destroy any institution in this country because it spreads racism. They believe that to the core. And they're not going to stop because you put them in a prominent position. Actually, they're going to ramp it up.
Yeah, it's interesting. And again, I had a wonderful education at Harvard, and my fellow alums and I are very disappointed this is happening now. A lot of people are speaking out, and I'll just tell you, Harvard didn't used to be like this. Also, before we go, Donna and Laura, I want to just add, so everyone knows, reports happened today that former President Obama privately lobbied on Gay's behalf amid the ongoing anti-Semitism controversy. So again, just keeping you up to date on that. Again, Donna, Lauren, thanks so much for joining me on The Other View.
Thanks. Merry Christmas.